Everybody. You are listening to WKAX 1500 AM. I'm Ramona B, and today we will be talking on what we talked about. Yes, some of what we talked about yesterday. Um, October is a busy month. It's a lot of awareness and yesterday we was talking about the National Bullying Prevention. It's National Bullying Prevention Month, October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's Mental Illness Month, Awareness Month. It's just a lot. It's got a lot of things going on. And to start off with, let's start off with some announcements, guys. Angel Tree registration. Angel Tree registration dates are Wednesday, October the 4th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's today. Thursday, October the 5th, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday, October the 6th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's at the Salvation Army, 1601 Huntsville Road in Florence. And we have a list of things. You can pull it up on your computer, the Angel Tree registration, and it'll tell you what all you need in order to apply. There's several things that they're asking. We have a pastor's pre-anniversary banquet Saturday, October the 21st at 5 p.m. Guest speaker, Pastor Dewan Malone, psalmist, Lady Rita Malone, at Woodman of the World, 2114 Hilton Drive, Florence, Alabama. Tickets $25 for 13 and up, $13 for 4 through 12. You can contact Taisha Roulette at 540-522-5721 or Tina Kirkman at 256-415-0883. Jerusalem MB Church homecoming program Sunday, October the 15th, beginning at 10:30 a.m. Pastor Albert Ingram Jr. of St. James Missionary Baptist Church in Florence will be delivering the message. The theme is Welcome Home. We have a free event, Rock the Block, Sunday, October the 22nd, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a community block party. You can contact Councilwoman Katrina Simmons at 256-349-3879 if you want to set up a vendor or you have any questions about the Rock the Block. Back to our bullying and mental illness. I got a scripture that I want to start off with, and it's Psalms 34:18. It says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed." We can get our spirits crushed sometimes. That's why we have to stay prayed up and and just read our Bibles and study and just learn more about life and God and things that's going on. You can apply things that's going on in your everyday life. I mean, the Bible is speak up on a lot of things. All you have to do is study, look it up. And as far as excuse me, getting your spirit crushed, it's just like I would say, what make me think of spirits being crushed is like say for instance you have someone who's not really active in the church and they start going to church and then the church people are putting them down or gossiping, doing what they do or what we do. And it's just like that person's spirit can get crushed. That's what I would think. But Psalms 34:18 reminds us that God is not only present with us, but near us. Near the pain we feel, near the loss we can't feel, near the needs we have and can't yet express. for the brokenhearted. God gives nearness. And as long as you know He's near, hey, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But we're finna take a little break and we will be back. You're listening to WKAX 1500 AM, the faith frequency on your dial. Good morning, everybody. We are back. You're listening to WKAX 1500 AM. This is Mona B. of course. Before we went on break, we was talking about being brokenhearted, and I'm gonna give you the definition of brokenhearted. It's overwhelmed by grief or disappointment. I think that everybody has had their heart broken, whether in a relationship, family, church, anywhere. I mean, it doesn't always mean that you're in a relationship and your heart get broken. Your family can break your heart. Just your kids can break your heart. It it just depends on you. You have to be strong and confident in yourself, because I mean, it's cruel people out here, and they can break your heart. They can say something to you or do something, and you'll just be brokenhearted. Let's talk about different signs of mental illness today, y'all. We have so many different symptoms, so many different conditions. It's a wide range of conditions that affect mood, thinking, and behavior. One of them is clinical depression, a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed moods or loss of interest in activities causing significant impairments in daily life. Clinical depression to me is just like a mild depression. Is Some ain't going your way, and you just be like, oh, I just don't feel like it. We've all woke up in the morning and been like, oh, I don't want to go to work, or I don't want to go to school, or just not feeling like doing anything. Want to hug your pillow all day long and stay in the bed with the blackout curtains and no sunshine shining in. Open them curtains sometime. Let the sun shine in. The sunshine draws happiness to me. When I see the sun, I get happy. When I see the sun out, when I see the rain, I get happy. When I see the rain, I just be happy to wake up in the morning. Just be thankful and grateful that you're allowed to live another day. We have anxiety disorder. That's a mental health disorder characterized by feelings of worry, anxiety, and fear that are strong enough to interfere with one's daily activities. Anxiety is real, y'all. It is real, really real. I used to think that I was stage fright when I get up in front of crowds and stuff like that, but it's just my nerves be so bad, and I just can't. I feel like I can't deal with it sometimes, and sometimes it's greater than other times, but it could get better. Just take care of yourself and research this stuff, because you might be like, I don't know what's going on with me. And you go to the doctor and figure out you have one of these disorders. Bipolar disorder, a disorder associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive low and manic highs. I'm hoping that one day we get somebody in here, one day, maybe this week or next week, and talk about these illnesses and disorders, and shed some light on it, and let us be aware of our surroundings and what's going on with your friends, your family, your coworkers. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. A lot of people hide what's going on with smiles and bubbliness and stuff like that. But we all have problems. We all have situations that we go through on a daily basis, whether it's your kids, whether it's your finances, your living situation, your partner, or anything like that. We just got to get control of our minds. My mama tell me all the time, girl, you better get control of that mind. If she said if I if it wasn't connected to me, I'll lose it. I lose everything, y'all. This year, the MIAW, Mental Illness Awareness, it will, the theme is Together We Care, Together We Share. This campaign speaks to impact, support, and resources. It conveys the power of coming together in the community, which can be healing as people gather to share their experiences. A lot of people is not going to talk about their mental illness. They're not going to let you know what's going on with them because they're ashamed of it. And from what I see, a lot of people make people ashamed of what's going on with them. That's why a lot of people don't come out and say what's wrong with them because they feel like they'll be talked about. Well, they know they'll be talked about by the person that they tell. That's why it's so hard to confide in people. And my opinion is go to see a therapist or talk to somebody who don't know you or the people that's around you so you can fully express how you feel, because if you feel like the person that you're talking to is going and telling the other person, then what's the point of telling if you don't want nobody to know but that person that you're telling? So it's just, it could get a little twisted, y'all. We have another disorder called dementia. That's mostly for older people, but I've been hearing about younger people getting dementia. Dementia is a group of thinking and social symptoms that interferes with daily functioning. My grandma, she before she passed, she had dementia, and it was honestly, it was kind of funny, but not funny. I sit and laugh at everything, but she would say some of the funniest things. But deep down in your heart, you know, oh, I feel bad because, her mind is being, I don't know the word, what I'm trying to say, but it's overcome with this illness, and she can't think, she can't remember, and that's the first sign of Alzheimer's. And it's another disorder called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivities, and impulsiveness. I feel like that's when people are just, they got so much energy they don't know what to do with it. So they're so hyper, and it causes them to, I guess, be impulsive and all that. But like I said, we're going to try to get somebody in here to explain these because I really don't know half of these. But I'm just going off the definition in my opinion. But we need to get a doctor or a social worker or somebody in here that can really get down and tell us more about these illnesses, because it's people walking around with these disorders and we're not even aware of it. They're not even aware of it. Some of these you don't even know you have them yourself. Schizophrenia is a disorder that affects a person's ability to think, to feel, and behave clearly. Obsessive compulsive disorder, excessive thoughts, obsessions that leads to a repetitive behavior, compulsions. So yeah, guys, this post trauma stress disorder, a disorder in which a person has difficulty recovering after experiencing or witnessing a terrifying event. That's a PTS disorder. And I think a lot of the people that's in the army have this disorder. People that has been through maybe physical abuse, mental abuse. It goes on and on. We just got to watch how we handle people, because you never know. We see a lot of stories in the news where the police is called to calm people down, but they end up killing some of them or hurting them real bad, not knowing that they have a mental disorder, but thinking they're a threat and aggressive and stuff. But people need to be aware. We need to let them have some kind of bracelets or something like that to let the police know that this person isn't really a threat. They're just confused. Let's talk about some advertising, y'all. You guys need to call us at 256-712-2887. There's no business too big, there's no business too small. We have a budget to fit anyone's, we have a package to fit anyone's budget. So just give us a call. Let us work with you. Let us have your phones ringing off the hook. People just lined up around your building and stuff. The number is 256-712-2887. I've talked to several people that said that they are ready and they want their business, but action speaks louder than words. So come on, get on the bandwagon. Let's do this so we can get your business booming. We have church packages. If you want people to know where your church is located, who your pastor is, the programs that you're having, the times, we'll do all that. We'll have all that. We do public service announcements. We have a sister station, which is 105.1 FM, where the old school preacher and the church secretary, they do their 12 o'clock, 12 noon, they do a podcast. And that's for the FM station. So you guys tune into that. Your advertising will be playing on both stations. We have an app. If you have an iPhone, it's Music Muscle of the Shows. If you have an Android, it's Muscle of the Shows. We're on Facebook. We have a TikTok. We have an Instagram and a Snapchat. So there are so many different ways to contact us. And there are so many different ways that we advertise, and your business will get recognized. So we're getting ready to take a little break, let y'all listen to a little music. You are listening to you're listening to WKAX 1500 AM. This is your girl, Mona B. You listen to WKX 1500, your winning worship radio station.
All right. Mona said, come help me out a little bit. I know she was speaking about mental health because this month is actually mental health awareness. This is actually Mental Health Awareness Week. Is that what we read this week? Okay. And I was listening to her as she was speaking, and she was talking about depression and anxiety and things like that. And I know a lot of people always tend to say, pray about it. You know, I'm a firm believer in prayer. I get up every morning, even before I put my feet on the floor. I'm always praying, you know, thanking the Lord for allowing me to make it to another day. But at the same instance, I feel, this is my perspective, I feel like God gives us all gifts, all abilities to do different things, all different jobs, all different occupations. So therefore, why would he bless people with the knowledge of being a psychiatrist or being a therapist or being social workers, counselors, whomever in that profession to deal with anxiety, depression, and those different illness? Because it is, to me, it's an illness.
Yes.
If the Lord give them those abilities to treat people or to help people, why we don't utilize these folks?
Embarrassment. That's what I'm thinking. And then, you know, just the way you were taught, you know, a lot of our people were taught, oh, you don't need no doctor. You can work it out at home.
Well, it's true, you can, but to an extent, because as I said again, this is just me, and this is not philosophy. A lot of African Americans or blacks, we are embarrassed and, again, too prideful.
Because we're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be...
We are strong. I'm not saying people that has depression is not strong.
Oh, no.
Or people that has mental illness are not strong. Because everyone deals with things in a different manner.
Exactly.
So, therefore, I think the issue of it is we're judging somebody. There you go, you know.
Yeah.
So, therefore, if you're sitting there telling somebody, just pray about it, everybody's not as strong as you are. Or everybody is not able to cope. Or everybody may not even have that family support as someone else.
And then you have those people who feel like they don't know how to pray, so they don't pray.
Well, I ain't going to go on that bandwagon because everybody can pray.
Everybody can pray, but have you not heard people say, I don't pray because I don't even know what to say?
I know, but my belief with that is if you truly believe in God, then you're going to have to study.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and say, I don't know how to pray if you ain't putting forth the effort. That's just like saying I can't ride no bike and you ain't tried.
That's like saying I want to win the lottery and you sitting at home looking at the TV.
Right. I mean, people, we tend to make excuses for what we can't do. Some people may not feel comfortable praying amongst other people. That's a difference. Some people may not know how to pray just directly, may feel that their words are not getting where they need to go. But I've always was taught, and I'm a firm believer, prayer is a communication with God. So therefore, even if somebody tell you just pray about it, that's your communication, just like talking to me and you talking. Yeah. It's not a way of them having to go into a big rhyme or a hoop or whatever. A prayer is a conversation between you and God. So therefore, if that's what you think going to bring you through, I'm not saying prayer doesn't work. I'm saying sometimes some people need a little bit more than prayer.
Yeah.
They need a professional help.
I feel you on that. I really feel you on that. Because it's just like when they say, if you make one step, he'll make two.
Right. But you got
to put forth that effort and
exactly.
lift that leg up and make that step. You can't just sit there and be like, okay, well, where you at, God?
Right. Because he ain't going to do it without you asking for it. He ain't going to volunteer and say, hey, Mona, I know you going through some things, girl. And no, he don't work like that.
He knows, but we got to go to him in prayer.
He wants to make sure you're going to be your acceptance of the help.
Oh, let me tell you about this one. Had one person to tell me, well, I don't pray because, we say it's like a conversation. He don't talk back to me. He talk back.
Well, some of the folks that talk back to you, you may not want them talking back to you. Y'all call us, get in on our conversation this morning. I know we probably went off on a tangent, but Mona's topic this morning was about, what's your topic, Mona?
Mental illness.
Mental illness, how people deal with mental illness, the different mental illness, because
a lot of them.
She was actually reading, and I noticed she read off probably about 15 different variables of different types of mental illness. Carl, I know I've experienced family members who had dementia. I actually experienced my dad. He was not medically diagnosed of dementia, but he had brain cancer.
Okay.
And to me, it seemed as if he had a stage of dementia, Alzheimer's, something of that sort. And it was just like he could remember things from long time ago, but he could not remember
the right now.
Like the right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some days he could, but some days he could not. And it was, to me, in the beginning, I was always sitting there like, I would get frustrated and I was getting upset. I was not upset or frustrated with him. I was upset and frustrated with the doctors because I'm like, okay, how can you not help him? It was like I was mad at everybody, but at the same time, it was just the illness of what he was dealing with. And it was just like different things, I used to have to hide my keys, and because he was always thinking about, okay, I'm going to Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to do this. So, I did witness that, or sometimes he'll get upset because he felt like he couldn't really remember. He'll start off with a conversation, and I guess he would get frustrated because he couldn't remember where the conversation was going. So, I've witnessed different, especially with him, that the different illness with him having brain cancer, it did go into an effect of, and it wasn't, mental illness. I guess it would be diagnosed as dementia or Alzheimer's that he was going through. So, and a lot of people say, well, that's just a sickness. Yeah, that's a sickness, but mental illness is as well.
Yes. I did some research on that because my dad was the same way. He thought my daughter could fly airplanes and drive big trucks.
So he was looking into the future. I mean, and I really do believe that's what they were doing, because that's what some days he would do. My dad would do the same thing, but most of his days, he was always thinking about things that he had already done. Like he would think about his high school days and things of that sort. And he would always call me, my mom, and he'd get mad, and I was like, oh, now be getting mad at me because you think I'm hard.
Well, I did the research on dementia patients and stuff because he was going through that, because my mom, she was his caregiver, and she was getting kind of frustrated, with his mind, the way his mind was going, because she's so used to him being strong-minded and stuff. So it had said that, they go into these their mind take them into these places, and they was like, instead of arguing with them, because they are thinking that this is real. So instead of arguing with them, I hope this helps somebody. You gotta just go along with them.
Agree
you know
with
what
they're
I'm saying?
doing. That's
like
exactly.
If he says it's a squirrel running across the floor, you like, yeah, that's a fast squirrel. Just agree with them and just go along with it, because the more you argue, it'll make them more confused
or frustrated.
Yes.
I actually had a nurse who would come to the house to treat my dad, and that was the same thing she told me. Go along for whatever he said. And I would never forget this day. We were sitting on the couch. It was a Sunday morning, and my son was sitting there waiting on the van. And so my dad, he said, boy, get out that door. You gonna run your mama's husband away. And I'm just sitting there looking like, what is he talking about? So that was like, that was within the time that he had already been sick. So Brandon was young, He may have been like 6, 7 years old, and he's looking at me, and kids really don't understand.
Yeah.
So Brandon started to cry because he was upset because he didn't know why Daddy was saying that,
Right.
and he was getting so upset with him, and he was frustrated. But anyway, so that particular day, the entire day, he spoke on me being married. He called my uncle. He called my grandma. Must have called everyone. And my grandmother, of course, was not aware of what was going on. I think that was her first time actually having a conversation with him, that he was actually speaking on something that she wasn't aware of what he was speaking of. And so I was like, just go with it. That's when the house phone was in the house, because this was in 2005. So we still had a house phone.
My mama still got a house phone.
So my grandmother, I was calling, and I went and picked up the other phone in the house, and I was like, just go with it, basically just go with it. Do not confuse him any more than what he has. So my uncle actually came from Huntsville and that day, and he said, I'm so glad did nobody come to the wedding but you. So I actually had a whole wedding that day.
Oh.
He made my uncle marry me and everything, but I would never forget that. It was just like, and so within that week, he actually passed. But it was just, my uncle was sitting there looking, and I said, just go with it. We just going to have a wedding. But, some things, some people can't adjust to because you haven't been educated on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're working on. We want to educate our people to understand, yes, prayer is the number one thing we need to go with, but we need to seek help and get people to help us to deal with different situations, because to this day, I would not be as strong as I am or be able to deal with different things of that illness if I had not experienced it. That's me.
Okay.
And then I had someone there that was able to help me through that.
Right. It's always good to have somebody. You got to have somebody. That's what a lot of people, I don't need nobody. You need somebody for something.
Right. Because, the Bible even tells us we're better together than alone. So, we all need someone. So, you just can't rely on just one situation. Just like I said, me and Mona better together, I guess.
Yeah.
Mona looking at me, she said, if you don't get over here and help me swim, I can help her do a whole lot of things, but swimming ain't one of them.
I do okay by myself,
You do.
But it's so much better, like, having a conversation and having somebody to, like, if they don't agree with you, just back and forth. But did you know that mental illness can cause addiction?
Right.
And it's so many different addictions. When people hear addiction, they think of drugs automatically.
Right. And that's what I was thinking. I heard you speak of that earlier, and it does, because depression makes some people overeat. Depression makes some people, and those are addictions.
Food is
Yeah,
some bad addiction.
Yeah, some people overeat during depression. Some people don't eat. Some people binge eating. It's just a difference. And a lot of people, some people say you can control what you're doing. But to me, this is me again, if your mind is going 90 to nothing, you're not really grasping, or the concept is not there of what you're doing.
Right. Because, it's what you was just talking about. I'm addicted to food. I love food, but it's not good food. I don't like vegetables.
And she's a cook.
I'm a cook. I'm a chef. I can eat them. I make myself eat them. I don't like them.
I love them.
I like greens and stuff like that, but as far as broccoli, that's one food that it just can't go in my mouth. My sister Cheryl, she cooks, and she like broccoli. So she put broccoli in macaroni and cheese. She put broccoli in everything she cook almost. And that is,
that's her number one, it must be.
I'm sorry, broccoli, it has acquired taste.
Yeah, it is.
Everything tastes good fried. To me, everything tastes good.
Well, we may need to fry you some broccoli.
I tried it.
See?
Don't like it.
Wow.
Broccoli just has that. We're going to get off that. But broccoli, that's mine. What is yours?
The food that I do not like, beets.
Beets, I can see that too. Beets got a
I'm one of those. I'm a texture person.
right, and the beets just does something to you.
Yeah, the slimy.
The beets, you can use beets for a lot of stuff though.
Yeah.
You got my mind going.
Well, I
But
have to
anyway,
let you cook.
yeah, I'll cook you some beets. But yeah, when people hear addiction, they the first thing they think about is drugs and stuff like that. But food, sugar.
Yes.
My biggest thing is sugar and breads.
My biggest thing right now is food.
Just well,
It's just
food.
that I'm just always busy and I'm on the go, so I just always pick up something.
So you know what you need to do?
Pack a lunch.
Food prep.
Yeah, I first got to buy some groceries.
But yeah, a lot of people don't. Food prep is good.
Oh
It's
yeah,
great.
I've done that.
It's really good.
I have done that in the past, but that's not.
And see, if you do it, you can incorporate those healthy foods, the
Okay.
foods that you
I'm gonna
should
leave
eat.
that up to you to do for us.
It's all about the food prep first.
Food prep for us.
Okay, we'll get something going.
All right. So we're going to get you more information on mental health. We're going to bring someone in that, to actually help us. Like I said, our radio station here, 105.1 and 1500 AM, we are both here to help and educate our people. We want us to be as knowledgeable as the next person and not be fearful of what's to come, because if you fear, you're not going to take care of yourself, because we have so many people who are dying with mental illness and depression and heart attacks.
Because they're too stubborn to go to the hospital. Or
They're to the
see a
doctors,
doctor.
or they don't want to let somebody tell you. God created these people, all of us, to have some type of talent
Yes.
to do what we need to do. And if you're not taking care of yourself or going to get the help, you're going to die. And I'm ready to live a long, long life.
I am too.
I had a guy tell me yesterday, he said, "Now, is that your boyfriend?" He was talking about my son, and I was like, "No." I said, I don't like young boys. And he said, "Wow, you don't look like you old enough to have a grown son."
Right.
That's what I want to keep the rest of my life. I don't look like I'm old enough to have a grown son.
Don't look like what you've been through.
That's
do you?
right. That's how I want to keep it going. And even with mental illness, we want to help you. We want to be able to educate our people on different things that's going on. And that's why we have public service announcements. If anyone knows of any mental illness events that's going on this week, call us. What's the number for them to call us, Mona?
256-712-2887.
Or you can send us a public service announcement at info@knoxmediagroup.inc.org. That way we would get those public service announcements out to you. We would go on some different, give you updates of what's going on, because with this being Mental Illness Week, I know there's some type of functions that's going on, and we want to be a part of it to let you know what they are. So please call us, 256-712-2887, because we want to educate our people. Tomorrow we're going to have us a guest on. They're going to talk about foster parenting and foster work, because it's a need. A lot of
Yes.
people think, and that goes back to what's going on. A lot of people
does.
needs help, and there's kids out there that needs help. And it could be they're not in a home with their parent. And I know some people say, well, these parents are sorry. No, they may have mental illness where
That
they're
is
not able
true.
to take care of their kids.
Or addiction.
Correct.
So I'm going to give y'all an 800 number. If you know anybody with mental illness, they could call this number and get them some help. Help is available. Speak with someone today. The number is 1-800-662-4357. We need to get that in
All
a
right.
chokehold.
Okay, so give that number out one more time, Mona.
The 800 number is 1-800-662-4357.
All right, so if you know someone that needs that, and also we have different pastors and churches that's available, we want to invite you to Galilee Missionary Baptist Church if you need a church home. or just looking for someone to visit. Come visit with us at Galilee Missionary Baptist Church. That's 23001 County Road 14, because we're better together than alone. So we all need someone, because that helps our mental state. I feel bad or worry, and it is a sin, when I don't see certain people in the fellowship at certain times. You wonder, okay, what's going on with them? And especially if you know they suffer with different mental illness, depression, anxiety, things of that sort, because it gets you to wondering, what if? So y'all come visit us at Galilee Missionary Baptist Church. I know Mona has already read the public service announcements of different things going on in the different churches. If you have a church announcement or would like to advertise with us, call us.
Well, Tamika, okay, I'm going to give them the number, and I got to tell you something. The number is 256-712-2887.
All right, guys, y'all got the numbers. Advertise with us. We have different plans. If we have a psychiatrist out there or therapist or social worker, whomever, call us, help us out.
A
pastor. So call us, help us out, and we can go from there.
Well, I want to invite you to Spring Hill Missionary Baptist Church. The 22nd of October, we will be having our Friends and Family.
They're having a Friends and Family Day service.
# Pack It Out.
So on the 22nd, y'all can go out to that. We know Jerusalem is having their church anniversary next Sunday. Also, Pastor Stanley and Monique Stanley, she actually just texted me, and they're having their pastor's anniversary, their 5th year anniversary, on this coming Sunday at 9 and 11:30. So they have 2 programs that will be going on. So it's a lot of events going on. So y'all go support these different churches. So therefore, you never know what's going on. But call us, email us, and let us know different events that you have going on at your church.
And don't forget to watch our sister station at 12 noon.
Yes.
105.1 FM.
Yeah, ain't no telling what we're going to talk about today. I know we're going to talk about the council meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You went?
Yes, I went to the council meeting. So we will be speaking about the council meeting this afternoon at noon. And we have some other things that we're working on. So y'all to come back and tune in with 105.1 this afternoon at lunchtime for your lunchtime talk. And if you have something you want to talk about, call us. We are here for the people.
Do they know the number?
The number, if you want to be part of the conversation, is 256-483-0750.
Come on, y'all. Participate with us. We need to hear from y'all. Let us know how y'all feel or what y'all think. Give us some ideas. Just call us 256-483-0750.
That's our call-in line. So call us and give us some insights. Or even if you just want to give us a, hey, could y'all talk about this? Or, hey, did you know this? Or, hey, I know a therapist.
Yes.
Call us.
Or I'm a therapist.
Right.
I think I could be a therapist.
All right, we're going to send them back to school. All right, you're listening to 1500 AM. Tell them about our advertisement. Give them different things of how they can advertise with us. And I'm going to run so I can get the music.
Okay. Hey, you guys, y'all can advertise with us through, just call the number 256-712-2887. And we will advertise you on this station, which is WKAX 1500 AM, our sister station, which is 105.1 FM, the apps, music, most of the shows, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, just we're everywhere. Everywhere you look. #Knox Media Group. But I enjoyed you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed me and Tamika. Y'all have a very blessed day. It's hump day, so get out there and get something done. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. 1500 AM.